Welcome. I am so glad you could join me today. I'm just checking level here on my 10 by 10 round. It says it's level. Yeah, we will see about that when we get started. Now, we are going to be working with a new toy today, and it is this right here. This, you may notice, is a flower loom. So if you're a crafter, you may be familiar with this. And I can put a link to where to get one down below because we're going to be using it to pour paint. And I'm going to be using two of the pieces out of them. This piece, which is larger, and then also the smaller one. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get down a base. But this actually is my mix. I've just mixed it in here. It was just easier. I only had a little bit left. So this is Floetrol, water, and Liquitex Basics Titanium White, just like it says, but it is not just the thick acrylic paint. It is the pour paint version with the mixture, as all my paints will be mixed with Floetrol, water, and whatever paint it is. So speaking of those paints, here they are. They're in tiny bottles today. These are some of my favorites. We have Violet from Master's Touch, Primary Yellow from Liquitex, Viridian from Master's Touch, Fluorescent Pink from Liquitex, Lime Green from Liquitex, and this is from Arteza. I need to watch and only use a little bit of it. This is Prussian Blue. So those are the colors I'm going to be using today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get down just a little bit of paint in the middle. I always think I can pour in the middle and it doesn't seem to happen. Yeah, there's always something. And it's already running just a little bit, which is okay. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and smooth that out. I will add paint as I go along, but that is pretty much looking like that is in the middle. You may notice there's a piddle pad down here instead of the normal freezer paper. So I'm not going to be making skins from this because hopefully I don't have a lot of runoff. So we're not going to be wasting any paint today. And it's never a waste for me because I am always making skins videos, and you can check out those videos on my channel. Shameless plug there. Let me go ahead and torch for the air bubbles. If you don't want to torch, you can spray this with alcohol. Just don't torch afterward. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do is take my larger loom, round loom. You can see I've been using it, and put that in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and do another ring and make sure this is even around. I see a little glop. I'm going to have to get that out. Oops, right out of the middle. I thought I saw a glop. Did I? Yes, I did. If you're new to this and you don't strain your Floetrol, you may want to consider straining your Floetrol because there is a lot of gunk in Floetrol these days, and it's just good to strain it out. Sometimes it's paint that doesn't get mixed up all of the way, but a lot of times it's straight out of the Floetrol when you got little pieces, and in the end, when you have that little piece of gunk in there, it's never very, very pretty, and it tends to ruin your paintings. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get started with my purple, and I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze some right in the middle, but not go too far with it. And then just a little bit of my Prussian blue. Prussian blue is a very powerful color, so I'm going to keep that to the minimum today. There's no silicone in any of this. I'm going to go and put some Viridian. Be a little more heavy-handed with the Viridian. Viridian is the one that likes to disappear on you if you're not careful. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do my lime green. And I'm going to try to maybe keep this turning just a little bit. So so that, this one's not open, so that we don't have trouble with it going a little bit too more toward one side or the other. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some of my fluorescent pink. Be a little more heavy-handed in that. And you can see we're starting to get the design here. Keep on churning it. I'm actually going to add a little bit of blue. I can see that my blue is disappearing, as it tends to do. And also a little more green. And I think I'm going to stop with this one, and I'm going to switch to my smaller loom. Just a second. Trying to get this to go even. Okay. I'm going to lift it, put it down, and I'm going to put my smaller one in next. And I'm going to start with my yellow, trying to not be so purple dominant. A lot of my paintings tend to be purple dominant. Oops. Not being very even. I hope your paintings have been very successful. I know sometimes I have a few days where my paintings don't go so well, and that's always disappointing. So I wish you happy painting this week. I think we definitely got our blue this time. I was very careful so that I got my blue. Now I'm just gonna have a little bit more green in the middle. And then some more yellow. I'm finishing it up with yellow. While that settles in, I'm gonna add just a little bit more around my edges. I'm using my cake stand today. Lazy Susan is over there, but it's got something on it drying. Okay. Let's move that over just a little bit. I don't like that my pink is kind of one-sided. Go ahead and remove that. I'm going to take my little silicone pointing tool, and I'm not going to mess with these too much, I don't think. I am going to pull these, but I think I'm going to pull out to here. And I am wiping my pointing tool off every time, and that will keep me from dirtying up all of my colors. In theory. Okay. I'm debating whether I want to come in or not. I like this. I'm going to. Maybe every other one. Don't think I did that one right. That's unfortunate. That's okay. I don't like how that middle is going, and that's okay. When the middle goes wonky, you use your balloon. That's what I've learned. It's okay. If the middle goes wonky, just grab a balloon and fix it, or your finger. And it's all good. It's definitely, my paint is moving in one direction, and it doesn't matter how level I get it sometimes. Okay. Let's give it a good torch, and then let's give it a good spin and see what happens. I got it. Okay, I think I'm going to spin it again. Take off a little bit of that extra paint. Okay, let's give it another spin. This spinner does not spin well, let's just say that. I'd forgotten how bad the ball bearings have gotten in this. That's why I switched to my Lazy Susan. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Just tilt. And hope you don't tilt it completely off. At this point, I'm just a little bit irritated, and I am not going to stop. So what I do is uncover some of the color that's in the middle, because a lot of my colors are still there. Unfortunately, most of the painting has again become dominant with Prussian blue and purple primarily. So I uncover some of the color and try to make some contrast in the middle of the flower. I at least want to learn something from this debacle for my next painting. Okay guys, here's what I ended up with. It's not perfect, but I kind of like it. It looks like a morning glory. I think the little looms, they really have a lot of possibilities. So I'm going to have to keep experimenting with this one. This one didn't quite turn out like I planned for it to, but all in all, I'm okay with it. and I'll show you the dry result. So here it is dry. It actually dried pretty well. It's actually pretty interesting. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye now.